I'm coming for you too. Yeah, my friends. How you doing?
Yo, people, what's good? Welcome back to another episode of Durag Diaries. Today, we have a big one. We are joined by a very special guest in the building. Man, like, we go back, for people that don't know, we go back years. We started the podding game together, Scrubs and Scholars, a few years ago. If people don't know, you can check that out. It might still be on the internet somewhere. But today, he had to come and join us. We had to do another Tottenham City preview. Hamza, how you doing, my bro, man? How you been?
I'm doing very well, Jules, man. I'm doing very well, man. Absolutely excited to see, man. This weekend's gonna be big for both of us, man. More importantly for me.
Most definitely.
Man.
You're the man you've been running the league for a while now. Hamza doesn't know what it's like to be down bad.
I don't know, man. Bro, I don't know. I'm not used to this, man. I don't want to be here anymore, man. I want to go up.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. It's not been a good month for you of football. Been winless for a while now. This could potentially be 5 in a row. And I mean, there's no worse team to come up against. As you know, Hamza, Spurs, man. Spurs is the one team Manchester City hate playing. He hates the travel.
The worst game, man. Worst game, you're right.
But luckily, it is at the Etihad. But chat to me, Hamza. How's this start of the season been for you? Because I know you always have high hopes as a City fan, but also you are very realistic in setting the expectation of where you expect the team to be at. So how's it been sort of seeing the fallout of 5 games, no wins, leading into this one? You've got your players coming back, no Rodri. How are you feeling at the moment, man?
Listen, I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous because I'm thinking about the game. The game's gonna be mad. It's gonna be a big game, man. This weekend, it's a must win for us. It's a must win for us. No matter what we say, it's a must win. We have to beat Spurs. We have to beat Spurs this weekend. We can't lose 5 in a row, man. I'm running away from everyone. Like, I get bantered. Like, everyone's bantering me and saying to me, "Oh, you know, Hamza's the guy. He's always winning. 5 in a row is mad." We're not Man United.
No, that's the thing. 5 in a row is crazy, and it's unprecedented at Manchester City. I know last season we had around the same time. This time last year, you went with like a 4 games no winning streak, didn't you? As well, like there's 4 games no wins, and then I think the Tottenham game included that because we went to the Etihad last year, no centre backs. Very similar situation to what we was in this time last year as well, with loads of injuries, loads of people writing us off, and somehow, some way, we managed to pull a point out the back. Now, obviously, as people would, and as people would know, the City and Tottenham game is very back and forth. Just looking at the last 10 fixtures, City have won 6, 5. Sorry, Tottenham have won 4, and there's been 1 draw. It's very unlikely this game will end in a draw. What do you think is going to be your biggest miss going into this game? Because obviously, looking at the team news, I don't know what I've seen. I've seen obviously no Rodri and Bob, but Diaz, Nunes, and Doku are still doubts. I know KDB's back. Do you think the injuries are going to impact you this game, or do you think everyone's back? You should be able to get through.
Ake's out, Rodri's out, Oscar Bob is out, Doku's out. Who else is out?
I think some of them. I think Ake is supposed to be confirmed as being back, as far as I'm aware. I know he's been back in training. Grealish and Bruyne and Akanji as well.
Yeah, I think that's a big asset that we needed that international break because a lot of our players were not fully fit. And I think as well as it's a perfect time, I think, to play Tottenham because we've lost 4. We can't lose 5. We're at home. Pep signed a new contract. Yeah. The fans are ready. It's buzzing. It's a buzzing weekend for us. And to me, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, Ake was out before, Akanji was out, Diaz was out, Stones are out. Stones and Diaz are back. Akanji's back, so we can play that back line. We can then go, KDB's back, so he's training, so that looks good. Grealish is back, he's training, that looks good. So to me, I'm very, very confident that this game, I think, because of Pep signing a contract, because what's happened before, I think Etihad will be rocking this weekend. It will be rocking, like, because fans will know that they need to get behind the team. They need to get behind the team. Like losing 4 in a row, especially losing to Tottenham. That was our first loss. The start.
He started it, yeah.
And then Bournemouth. And then Sporting. And then Brighton. Like, yo, that's mad. It's crazy. So I'm expecting that the boys to show a bit of fight, our boys to come out fighting, and at least to give us a bit of a show to say that, listen, we're here to do it. Because we know this season we're weak.
Yeah.
And this season, man, I'm telling you that, Jones, man, we are. I've been calling out from beginning, like, it's because of lack of making the right signings that's literally taking us down. Because those 2017-18, you look at that team, you're thinking, you look even before you played them, you look at them, you're thinking, Aguero's there, San is there, KDB's there, David Silva's there, Bernardo's next to him.
There was goals all over the pitch.
Goals, mad, man. You're like, yo, who do I stop? Who do I need to stop?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So now we got like Savinho, Doku. They're not ready made. So we've been going on losing these players, and you're going to not ready made players.
Replace them with players that need potential. You're sort of moving like a club below your level.
Exactly. That's not that level we are. So we've made mistakes. And even Tikshi came out yesterday saying, after we won the treble, we should have strengthened. And it's true, we should have strengthened. We lose Gundogan, and then we go and sign Kovacic, and then who else was there? That basically is the same buy. You went downhill. And not only that, Rodri keeps getting played, and he said, I'm tired. And you never get another backup. Like, literally, are you joking? And then Rodri got injured in the FIFA World Club Cup. That was the red flag. Then he got suspended. We lost 3 games. Then he got injured at Spain. Like, and then they were telling us, oh, Bruno Guimaraes ain't coming. There was no way we're offering 100 million. So to me, they left it in now. Pep has realized, listen, I have to revamp this squad. And to me, we need to win until the squad gets revamped in January. Because it's mad games. To start with Tottenham at home, who we know are like they are. I don't know how Tottenham play differently how they play to everyone else. They come to Man City and say, pressure's off, we can beat these guys. And they believe in it. Any other team Tottenham play, like, I don't know, lackluster, they're not caring. Like in City, they turn up. And last year it was a perfect performance where we're winning the game and we 3 away at home. We 3 away at home, 4-4.
No, that's exactly it. And do you know what? That's what I was gonna say. For Man City in this game, I'd say to get started, I think you guys, it's come at a good time for you. I feel like you said, with the injuries all piling up prior to this international break, you could tell City was struggling. They sort of needed that time off. They needed that legs because their players were fatigued. You've got a very small squad as well, considering how you've been in the past couple of years. Like I said, 18, 19, 19, 20. City was known for having 2 teams. You had an ABB team, and they can both compete on all fronts. I think at the moment, what City is struggling with is you have a few players off the bench that are having, they're good players, but they're not having the impact that you guys have needed for them to have. And that's why you're struggling in some of these games, like the Bournemouth ones, where you're bringing players off the bench and Grealish is looking good, but it's just not enough, especially in the middle. I think what you guys have been missing is, unlike last season, you had another solution to when Haaland's not firing or when you can't find Haaland in the game. Alvarez. Alvarez created goals for himself.
Whoa,
I feel like one thing.
GA is mad.
That's the thing, and you guys didn't replace him. You left him. Savio comes in, and unfortunately, I think Savio is a good player. He's had some really bright moments, but you actually speak about, what do you think of Savio? Because a lot of people are saying because he's not scored a goal, it's been a horrible start to the season and so on. I think that he's played well. He hasn't been able to make that impact in the final third.
He's been good. He's been taking on players. He makes the run. He knows how to dribble. But Savio's not Mahrez.
Yeah.
So Savio needed players who around him who are greater players, to rely on a young guy. You need greater players around him who are already made. So Savio and Doku are both young. The best thing that we can have is Savio's only 20, Doku's only 21. So they've got 7-8 years they can play at top level. So, and he's only 20. To play at this level, 20.
Yes.
Yeah, he used to be 19 last year, and now he's 20. So he, to me, Brazilian international, starts for Brazil. He's played well. It's just the goals hasn't come.
Mhm.
And the other thing is to lose Alvarez. That's a big, big blow. Like
Big loss.
you lose a guy who's gonna get you 30 GA, and you really believe you can go out there and not replace him. And you know, there's two things that we have to call out. Like one thing is they know Foden took us to that level last year.
Yeah.
But can Foden do it every single season? Can you rely on Foden? It's putting pressure on the boy. He's delivered it. Yeah. Someone else has to do it. So we rely, Foden is a guy, he's a solution to our problems. And this is Foden is not the solution. He's one of the solution. KDB's getting older. Why lose Alvarez? But I think they still club so 95 million. I'm not gonna eat that well. Yeah, that ain't gonna come close. We're not gonna get that well, 95 million. Take it now, but they never thought, let's get back up. They had John Duran and Kyogo from Celtic as a replacement, but they're not Alvarez.
I mean, Duran's arguable. You have to just look at his impact so far this season. Duran's been phenomenal off the bench for Aston Villa. I feel like if you put him in a team like City where he's playing similar, he's just coming off the bench and having an impact, he scores a high amount of goals because he's like a natural, you can tell he's a natural striker, a natural finisher. He's going to get on the ball and he's going to make sure that ball finds the back of the net. So I feel like it would have been an option. But like you said, I feel like the squad planning wasn't as good as many thought it might be. And I feel like a couple of years ago at the start of Pep's reign, it was really good. Every year you was always signing 3 or 4 top players to make sure the squad was always improving. But I think it got to a point where City was so far ahead that they thought that we can go a year or two without signing too many players. And now you're starting to see that the gap has closed quite a bit. I still think City are much better than Liverpool and Arsenal. I just think that the team's better, the execution's better, and the consistency is there. But you guys are just missing that, that extra little bit in the team right now. But just shout out to everyone inside. Big up to everyone tuning in. Again, we've got big guests today. This is Man City royalty right here. But big up to Black and Music in the chat. And he says, if you're struggling for form right now, Spurs are the team to play. There's no doubt about that. What do you think of my club and how we've been so far this season? Because I know, Hamza, you do have a little bit of a soft spot for Tottenham at time. You try to see the good in what they're doing, but it's not been great so far this season. What do you think of how we've played out?
I think Tottenham are a good team, and Tottenham got the right manager, but I don't think the board backs the guy. And the board should be backing him at the top level, like getting players, who are functioning. You got Romero, who's good. I like Van der Ven. I like Udogi. Who's your right back? Pedro Porro. Yeah. He's the ex-guy, Man City guy, City Football Group. He's good. You got good midfielders. It's just the backup in the bench. You haven't got game when Son goes missing. Kulusevski's gone down a bit this year. Werner's not the guy. Yeah, he goes through on goal. He's not the guy that gets you the goal. So I'm looking at that Tottenham team. I'm thinking, you wish you had that Jermaine Defoe killer up front.
You're right, man. No, you're right.
Jermaine Defoe.
You know what? I would say Jermaine Defoe, if he played in the Premier League nowadays, I think he'd be one of the best players in the Premier League. With regards to his striking ability, he played at a time where Premier League had all the best strikers. Like, there was just so many good strikers, so he never stood out. But I think Defoe right now, like I said, we need a killer like him. I like Solanke. I like what Solanke brings to the team. He's got some good hold-up play, and his all-round game is good. But in front of goal, I don't know if he's a killer. He's not that guy that is going to get on the ball, be arrogant, push off the centre-back, take his man on and shoot, and just, be the guy to pepper that goal constantly, just want to take a shot. You need those guys in the team like Haaland, like Aguero, who are greedy. They're greedy in front of goal. Salah, like Mane. I feel like if you don't have those players in front of goal, you see the team suffer. And we watched that with Arsenal. We're watching that with Tottenham right now. The one thing I would say that I do disagree with is Kulusevski, man. I think Kulusevski has been class this year. And you even saw Pep in his interview in the pre-match for the first Tottenham game. He was going, wow, Kulusevski, what a player. I don't know if you're... I don't know.
How many years has he had this season?
How many GA? I
Yeah.
think his GA is not amazing. I think he's 10 GA in internationals and Tottenham games. With just Tottenham, I think it's 6, maybe. It's not very low, it's not too high. But even just outside of GA, his chances created, I do know he leads the leagues in a lot of the stats of created chances, progressions, dribbles, and all of that stuff. For me, I think he could potentially be. He's like the closest thing to De Bruyne, as in the way that he plays. For me, in the way that he is in the Premier League. So, and with that, with De Bruyne coming back, do you think De Bruyne coming back is going to be the huge boost that you've needed? Because up until now, we know De Bruyne's been in and out of the team for 3 years now. He's sort of had problems with injuries, but we saw the impact he had last January when he come back. He got, what was it, like 8 assists in 4 games. He was just firing. He was bringing you guys back to your best. Do you think that De Bruyne's going to have that impact when he comes back in the team now?
I think De Bruyne is an incredible player, bro. I think to me, he's one of the greatest player ever. Like
in the Premier League, 100%, he's top 5, man.
To me, when he goes down, he'll go down the greatest Premier League midfielder of all time. Like he's an elite player. This guy is a big game player. He loves big games. He loves big games. When he's fully fit, he's very, very dangerous. Very dangerous guy. Not only he's feared across the world, man. Madrid and big game he performed. And
I feel like the link up and chemistry between him and Haaland
are dangerous together. And you know what? He's got this winner mentality. You know KDB? KDB is a natural born winner.
Yeah.
Natural born winner. He loves big game, and when pressure's on, you've seen him delivering big game. I think if he comes back tomorrow and he's fit, it will take him a couple of games. Last season, he missed till January. But guess what?
Yeah.
He only played for 4 or 5 months, and he had more assists than Odegaard.
Yeah. All right.
That's mad.
I remember seeing that. I remember when he come back, he literally had, I think within 6 or 7 games, he'd already pushed up the chance created. Like he was already up there with the best in the league.
There you are.
6 or 7 games.
That's the level he's at. And him coming back by far. People say, is De Bruyne done? Is he finished and all that stuff? We haven't offered him a contract. Contract's running out this summer. What's happening? This is what will decide the next coming games. People are questioning this. Oh, is De Bruyne done? Or because they haven't seen. But De Bruyne is De Bruyne. Whether you get 75 or 80% in De Bruyne, is a dangerous De Bruyne. That's an asset who can change the game. Him and Haaland up front. They're dangerous together, bro. You'll see. The game tomorrow, I think I can see De Bruyne starting, Foden starting. I don't think Savinho's going to start. Haaland's going to start. Probably Grealish on the other side.
That's what I was going to say. That man just come out your mouth. Perfect timing. Grealish. What's happened with Grealish this year? I've heard there's potentially been like a falling out between him and Pep. Don't really know the details. But it's clear to see that he's not really as favoured as he was seasons prior. Because Pep's going for Doku. He's going for Savinho a lot more. Do you think Grealish's time is done at City? Or do you think that he can sort of work his way back into the team?
Grealish is, I think, he's a very important player for Man City. I think he's done well. People are very harsh on him, like saying that he's been a flop. He came to Man City, won us 2 Premier League titles, won us a Champions League. He was instrumental in getting us the treble. One of the best players that year. I think when I look at him, I'm thinking Grealish has just had a little dip. And I think when you look at the player, Grealish, when he's at his best, he absolutely can cook any team in the world. Yeah. And I think to me, I had that. His wife gave birth. He just had a new child. He had a little injury. There's rumors that it could be a personal problem. I've not had any things about a fallout with Pep. Nothing according to that line. Pep will, otherwise, if he has a fallout with you, Pep will kick you out of the football club. You've seen it with Cancelo. You've seen it with other players that when he has a fallout, he will not bring you back in. So to me, Grealish is important. He's instrumental for Man City. And I think what makes it important for him is the fact that he needs to pick up Man City and show his level when we need him. And this is the perfect time that we need him most. So Doku's out. He ain't fit. The question is, will he play him? Or will he play Matthias Nunes? Because Matthias Nunes has impressed.
He's been really good off the left-hand side, hasn't he?
He's impressed, like, so much. He's been one of our best players. Him and Kovacic and Vardio.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is he not your top goal scorer this season?
Yes,
Like
top
goal scorer, isn't it? One apart from Haaland, of course, but
no, Haaland, Kovacic, Vardio, and then Nunes.
Okay.
So he's played well. Matheus Nunes coming. Okay, he's needed to be played, and I think he's created chances. Just he's not been the right. Haaland's not been banging goals. He went on 11 goals initially, and there's been a little 2-game dip. But I think our players just need that spark, and spark will come up from experienced players like KDB. I need Jack Grealish. He's instrumental for our team because he unites he's such an asset to have in the dressing room. He makes them happy, smile.
Yeah.
Diaz coming back. Diaz is incredible. He's a leader. So to me, having those kind of players back, and especially Grealish and KDB and Diaz and John Stones, makes us more confident than we were before. Than we when I had the young kids, and young kid was playing with Walker, who was just come back from injury, and what's the name? Rico Lewis, who's young. We had too many inexperienced players, and we're at home. It's a perfect way to show that we're here, and we ain't gonna let Liverpool walk away with the league because we've not done that before.
It's not happened in a long time. It hasn't happened since I know we've known each other. It was the year before that Liverpool actually triumphed it, and I think since then it's been clear to see that Man City know how to pick up form. This time of year tends to be City never start a season good. I feel like people have over-exaggerated how poor City have been at it because every year we see City, they have a little dip at the start of the year. They drop some points in games, and people think, oh, this is the year City are finally going to fall off. Oh, this is the year that they're not going to do it. And then they go on a 20-game winning streak, and it's like, yep, this was the City we're waiting for. Obviously, recent news this week, we saw Pep sign a new contract, 1-year extension. Huge news because obviously it was set to run out at the end of this season. It gives some faith into that fact that, like you said, you've got Cheeky leaving. Was it Tashiki, whatever his name is, the sporting director? He's leaving at the end of the season. Do you think that was put in place to allow you guys to have sort of another 1-year transition period still with Pep and buy in some new players, or do you think he signed a new contract because he wants to stay for another 1, 2, 3, many more years, or what's your thoughts on him signing that new contract?
I think City. Listen, he wanted to. Pep wanted to stay. Pep's is going to be here for 9 years. Next year will be 10th year. Not only signed 1 year, he made 1 year with option to extend another one. Yeah. So there's an option. Otherwise, he would not be interested. So he was given a 2-year contract, which is 1 year and an option to extend another one, and then they can sit down, which I believe he will extend. So Pep will be here minimum 2 years. I believe that. I think Pep loves the football club. He loves the football club. He loves the structure. He loves the owner. He loves the structure of Sheikh Mansour, who's got in place people like Sheikh Khaldoon. Tikshiha was an asset, was his friend, was also like a family to him. He played with Tikshi back in Barcelona in 1984. They played together, won the Champions League together at Barcelona as players, and they moved to Barcelona as coaches. They moved to Germany and moved to Man City. So to me, they've been together for years. And then Ferran Soriano as well. So Soriano's been there with Pep Guardiola since Barcelona days. So to me, Tikshi decided to step down.
Yep.
So obviously you take a year off and probably come back to City Football Group. But I think Pep loves this football club. He loves this football club so much that he thinks that I can't leave it like this. And people are doubting because people said, oh, it's the end of Pep because Pep is giving up, or Pep will go at the end of the season. He sees this lack of motivation. He ain't going to rebuild. Suddenly, he pens a contract already, showing the people that he wants to stay on. He wants to be part of the rebuild. He wants to stabilize the ship. He wants to see Haaland signing. He wants to tell the likes of Rodri, you can sign a contract. I'm here with you guys. And then Hugo Viana, who is our new sporting director that we got, did well at Sporting Lisbon, managed to get all these good players for Sporting Lisbon, will come in to Man City, and will take over City as the sporting director, and he will come in. He will be in charge of the signings. He will work with Pep Guardiola, and there will be that transition. There will be one time that Pep leaves, but Pep will not leave at City like how Fergie has said left United, because Fergie, I believe, left United in a bad state. Fergie left him in a really bad state. He left with Tom Cleverley, Chris Smalling, Phil Jones. All these guys were there, man. Fletcher. These guys were there. And then he gave them a speech and said, yo, the new manager will be David Moyes. Back a new manager. And he left. And United since then.
Do you think, so on that, do you think Pep's going to play a role in choosing the next manager? Because, of course, he's been there for 10 years, like you said. And I think it's only right, a manager being that long, leaving City in a good place. If you guys win a trophy this year, helping you guys with the signings, letting the team know probably from beforehand, look, this is going to be my last year. But getting you guys in a very good place so that he can leave the squad, you know, ready to continue to challenge. Do you think he's going to have a role in choosing that next manager? And would you like for him to, or do you think it needs to be left to the board?
I think he wants to choose. He loves his football club. Pep, when he leaves, he will be involved in the City Football Group a bit. He loves it. Bro, why would he stay for 11 years, 10 years? And he loves, and officially, it's now official that he's confirmed that he's going to sign the contract. So it's now official. Yeah. And to see this kind of news, he loves this team because he sees what the owners have given him. He doesn't want to leave this team. Many managers, look at Jurgen Klopp. When he left the club, he said, I'm done with football.
Yeah.
Pep wants to rebuild, wants to be involved in the rebuild. It will be huge for us. And I think people are looking at Hunter saying they're like Vincent Kompany. Yeah, if Vincent Kompany does well, he might be our next manager. But if he doesn't do well, I don't think City will take him as our next manager. It's all about trying to get the right manager. Vincent Kompany is there until 2027. If he does well at Bayern Munich, obviously, he'll be given the opportunity at Man City. And it all depends on Pep. If Pep decides to extend further, and which I believe minimum 2 years, he needs to rebuild, the massive rebuild. This is a major rebuild, because he has to leave a good squad before he leaves.
No, 100%. And I think
he'll back whoever he chooses, and that's why he knows it's important.
Yeah. No, and your squad is literally at that point of where, like you said, similar to Man United when Sir Alex Ferguson left. There's a lot of players older, a lot of players getting to the end of their contracts. Even when you look at my Liverpool's situation, very similar to Klopp, there's a lot of players getting to the end of their contracts, your biggest players. So it's sort of going around at the same time. I think it's good that Pep stays that extra year to try to steady the ship. But let's just see, because like you said, Hunter's in the chat. We've got quite a few people in the chat at the moment. MT, big up Hamza and the Durag, up the Blues. Big up to you, my bro. Hunter, he thinks you guys are going to spend big in the summer. I'm hoping we will get worse. I don't think we'll win the league this season, but next season we will be back to destroy. 4 or 5 new signings are needed. Right back, centre back, CAM, CDM, left wing. He thinks you guys need a huge overhaul. With that, on what he said, do you think you are winning the league this season? Because Hamza, I've never heard you not say you're not winning the league. You always believe you are, but obviously this year is very different from other years. And like you said, you've acknowledged from the start of the season that you aren't as good as you was last year or the years prior. Do you think you can still get the job done this year?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe we're gonna win the league. I believe City will again
5 in a row.
5 in a row. I think City will win it. I think the pressure will be on so much for other clubs.
Yeah.
And Pep will. We need to be there. We need to be there till January. That's the key. We need to just stay on touch. Because you know these clubs here, what they do. There will be a little bit of dips of everyone else. Once we get the right signing, who can be Rodri back, then it will be difficult. I think this will be the most difficult year. But I think City will show why they're champions. You will see the leadership from the players like KDB, players like Gundogan, Kovacic will be there, Diaz will be there. These Stones, they're winners. They ain't gonna let them go. Yeah. They're not gonna let go of the league easily. And I think next year, if they win it this year, definitely they'll win it next year. Because definitely there's gonna be a major overhaul. He's right. We're spending in summer, we're spending in January. It must come 4 5 players, 2 players probably in January, or 1 player, and coming up the rest in the summer, because we need to get, is KDB gonna stay? Is Kyle Walker backup needs? We need Kyle Walker replacement. It must happen. We need Alvarez a replacement. That never happened. We need Rodri backup this January. That has to happen. So once we get that, Hunter, I think we can win it. I think completely we can win it. I think you'll see Saturday will be the start of the comeback.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it is? Unfortunately, I do agree with you on the fact that I think Saturday will be the rejuvenation that City have needed for the past couple of weeks. It always tends to be these types of games where, you know, Spurs are not looking that great, and Spurs don't have a lot of pressure, and that does tend to be the time that Spurs do turn it up. But unfortunately, Dragusin and Davies at centre back, man. These guys know, when they've been watching channel, know what I think of Dragusin. This guy is trash. Absolutely one of the worst centre backs I've seen at Spurs, dire level. And then we got Davies, who's a fullback playing in the middle. Yet again, done a job last year, but he's not good enough. So when I look at that back line, and then I look at City's front line, and I look at how that's going to play out, Haaland, he's going to be pulling man by his head. This is going to be a dog walk in the park, literally a dog walk in the park for City. I genuinely think that it's going to be a fairly easy game. I think Tottenham are just not going to be at the races. I think because of the players we're missing at the back, we can't build out from the back with that, because I've seen it against Galatasaray. When we play these 2 players in that back line, we just can't move the ball forward. We struggle in tight spaces. Neither of them are good on the ball, playing out from the back. And so I think that's just going to present us with a lot of issues. I just think City are going to be too good, and taking it to the title race, I do think that I'm not of the thought that, you need to stay in it till January. I think that Arsenal and Liverpool are going to have droughts this season. Liverpool, most definitely. They've been in great form so far, but 1 or 2 injuries and their team does fall apart. They haven't got a squad, Liverpool. They're sort of riding on the high that they've got Salah playing well, Trent playing well, Van Dijk playing well, but they need their world-class players to turn up. Without them, if they had any injuries, like, say, you did with a Rodri going out, or Arsenal did having an Odegaard going out, I don't think that they are as good as many people are seeing them play. So I think that the title race is going to take its time to play out. I think it'll be very similar to last year's. It's going to go down to the wire, one of the last games. But I think at this point, it's too early to write anyone off. I think January is going to be very key, like you said, getting those signings in. It's strengthening the squad, seeing who's really serious about this league, because at this moment in time, when I look at Arsenal, I don't know if they're serious about the league. Liverpool, I don't know about you, Hamza, but I'm hearing a lot of Liverpool fans, they're scared to go and say it. They don't want to put the pressure on their team.
They're scared, bro. I've never seen managers like them play.
Bro, you've been in the title race with Liverpool so many years. How many times have Liverpool actually said we're going to win the league? They never do. They
never say. That's the problem. Look at them, the way they believe. They don't believe in their manager. Trust me. Liverpool fans, they're so scared that City have traumatized them in the past. Just think about it. Deep down your head,
bro.
City are weak. They don't trust the manager. Even you hear people like Osama will say on this channel, I don't know who's going to win the league. He'll say Nottingham Forest. Bro, the fact that if I'm a Liverpool player and I'm listening to that and I'm thinking, you guys don't back me. You guys don't back me. You don't trust me. You don't trust me to win the league. Or the players thinking, Mo Salah's thinking, these guys believe we're losers. The fan base don't believe. Look at me. I'm coming out here. I'm weak. I'm telling you. I'm winning the league. Because what? I believe in Diaz. I believe in John Stones. I believe in KDB. I believe with that Rodri, we can win the league. It is a must. We must win the league. I don't want to run away. Why should I not win the league? That's a failure if I don't know.
No, that's the thing. You have to put the pressure on.
Man City. Yeah? But Liverpool fans, bro, if you're a big club, talk with chest. You've not won any league. Bro, imagine you've not won league time 30 years. Do you know why, George, it comes back to the PTSD. And I'll tell you why. Remember when they were top of the league?
Yeah.
And they were chanting before even they played Chelsea. Their fans used to chant, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. and no one's gonna believe us, and no one's gonna
No,
believe
yeah, I
us.
remember.
No one's gonna believe us. We're gonna win the league. And Mourinho turned up with the B squad. I'll never forget it. In Anfield, bro. Anfield, bro. You're just about to win the league. Gerrard's there. Your player who's never won it. This is your perfect opportunity. You grew up in Liverpool. Do it. Do it if you're a big game plan. Do it. You've not done it. Bro, they bottled it. Liverpool fans are tired. They've seen Klopp bottle in the league. They've seen Gerrard bottle in the league. They've seen Suarez crying in Selhurst Park. Traumatized. They traumatized fans, bro. They think it's shit. Hamza's behind me. I'm scared. I'm scared of my life. I need prayers. I need people to think about me. The only league titles I'm thinking is the 70s. I can't win it now. Premier League is a different ballgame. Liverpool fans are scared. And that's why they know. I'm behind them. That bold fraud, yeah. That's the manager, what's his name? Anna Slot, that bold from Eric Divize.
Anna Slot, yeah.
That came second to Eric Divize. We are not going to let him go, yeah, until the end. Let them cheer up, yeah. But I know for a fact, I smell fear. And when City smells fear, we know we can win it. That's why I believe Jones I'm going to win it, because Liverpool are there. They fear. They're fearful fans.
Are you saying what? Live for your little brothers, like you're always gonna bully them. They're always gonna.
They don't scare me, man. It's like a little fly. You know, the kid has a fly and says, and you're like, it's a fly, man. It's a fly.
Yeah. Flick it off.
They flick it off. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
No, I hear it. No, do you know what? And you're justified in that position. It's been too many years where you guys have genuinely been Liverpool's whipping boys. You've beat them to the trophy far too many times. And Liverpool fans just have excuses. Liverpool fans will give you every excuse under the sun. They'll tell you, oh, it's Arne Slot's first season. I mean, he's got the same squad that I've done it for how many years? So it being his first season doesn't really make a difference. Didn't Antonio Conte win it in his first season?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not first. It's not like unprecedented for a manager to come in if he's got a same squad to make that impact. So I feel like the pressure needs to be put on from Liverpool to go and do it. Because right now, yeah, man, their fans seem really scared. They seem scared. But I don't blame them, innit? It is Man City. It is Pep City, most importantly, than all. And this team is dangerous. When they're on their day, it is dangerous. But let's take it back to the weekend. Let's actually talk about how it's going to play out this weekend. Because we know last game we played, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Carabao Cup 2-1. I would say that Tottenham had a pretty good
I was just going to break the news about that.
Go for it.
Pep Guardiola commits his future with signing a 2-year contract.
So he's signed 2 year.
2 year, confirmed.
Okay.
I told everyone, Jones, I knew it.
Because I remember, it was a 1 year plus
2 year, bro.
But he's got 2 years.
He said, I'm happy for 2 years, bro. It's 2, bro. And he ain't leaving after that, man.
I see the smile on your face. It's like a relief. He's like,
hey, I'm happy. I'm back, Jones. I'm ready to. I'm here, man. I'm alive, guys, man.
I don't blame you,
man. I'm so happy, man.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Bro, I'm so happy because I know that fit. Now I know I'm rebuilding mad, bro. I know I got my guy rebuilding. My families are telling me some of them, for the now I know Pep's there. If anyone doesn't raise the bar, you're out. You're 100% out. Today's the best news ever, man.
I bet it's the good news you've needed.
Arteta's thinking, pulling his hands. I'm tired, man. What do I do? I'm a fraud.
Do you know the worst thing about Arteta right now is he knows that with him signing a 2 year deal, he's like, bro, like, you're putting me in danger now. Because first he was supposed to be handing the torch over to Arteta. It was like, Arteta, you're gonna like take over the league one day, and it's gonna Pep's suffering them. He's saying, I still want some more. I've still got some more fight left in me. This job ain't done. Arteta's job is now on the line even more because can he beat Arteta? Can he beat Pep? Can he go do it? Do you know what? We're gonna get in some Arsenal stuff another day because, as people know, the profession of Arsenal hateonomics. Yeah, I love talking about Arsenal when it comes to hating on them. I've got many things to say about their manager and their team. But again, to take it back to City, last game we beat you 2-1, and I think the way that we set up was impressive. I feel like we broke you guys down very well in the first half. What do you think is going to be key to you guys getting a good performance out this weekend? Because I think the one thing that's been missing, especially defensively, you guys have been open. Bournemouth have found too many chances through that back line. They could have had 5 against you guys, if we're being honest. If there was a better front line, they would have finished more chances. We know Spurs definitely have a better front line. So are you worried about getting caught in the transition against us? Because we know for all the years that Tottenham have played you, most of the times we scored tends to be on the counter-attack when we beat that high line. So are you worried about that this weekend?
I'm worried about that transition. I'm 100%. But I think they'll play... City are going to be like, now, why do you think he's announced a contract? I think it's to instigate that belief. Tomorrow will be buzzing, bro, on Saturday. People will be excited. Pep signed a contract. Players are happy. They want to sign also a contract. So you see completely, I'm telling you now, we're going to play like confident team. Like literally. Tomorrow, I have no doubt we're winning on Saturday. No. I will tell you now. We're winning on Saturday. There's no way City are losing on Saturday. Because now they're confident. When you counter-attack us, we will just get that ball, bro. It will be buzzing. It's a wrong time to play Man City. Because Man City today, yeah, I know you will counter-attack, but our confidence is a bit low. Or every time people are going to concede goals. To Saturday, it will be like, yo, we're here together. I'm here for at least 2 years. Yeah, guys, let's now work honestly. I know our defense has been poor, but our confidence was downwards. But to get players like Diaz, to get players like Stones, who can basically, yeah, get us out in trouble. Akanji's fit. I am happy. That's the lineup I want. I want Vardio, Akanji, Stones, Diaz. Lock up. Complete lock up, bro. That's the defense I want. Proper lock up. No jokes.
I think... No, I was gonna say I feel like that's probably how you Akanji, Stones, Walker, Diaz. Isn't it? I feel like you guys you can't afford to start Rico Lewis in this game. Let's just say that. I really like Rico Lewis, and I think he's a good player. When you guys are playing good football, I spoke to Daps earlier, and he was saying it like this: like when you guys are playing really good football, he slots into the team very well. But when you guys aren't that strong at the back, he's the one that tends to get exposed down that right hand side. Teams tend to have a lot of freedom down there because he drifts in the middle. There tends to be so much space. So I think, no, you're definitely on something there. If you guys can start that back line, it's going to be dangerous for us. But Haaland, just taking it away from the back line to the front line, do you think Haaland's he's gonna find his shooting boots again? Because obviously some people have been questioning him, you know. He's not... I think he's been great this season still. He's just having a few games where he's not scoring. Do you think he's going to get his shooting boots back?
I think Haaland, yeah, he's getting his shooting boots. It depends on your defense. Who's going to line up for you guys?
So Tottenham's team at the back, Pedro Porro, Dragusin, Davies, and Udogie. It's looking like a very, very poor back line. And one of the things that I think is going to be a huge issue for us is if Romero doesn't come back in. But also, seeing who is starting the six, I don't know if you saw, Rodrigo Bentancur also got banned last week for his comments against Son. So we've got we're missing a lot of players right now. Let's just say that Spurs are not in a very good place.
I think, see, looking at that back line, I expect like players to be on form. I think players will be ready. I think we have to take advantage of Ben Davies at the back. Yeah, Udogie's good, but I think that back line, I smell blood. I think we're scoring 2 goals or 3. Easy. And I'm not being arrogant. I just think that they will look at that team and it's just the wrong time to play City. People think it's the best time. It's the wrong time to play City, bro. This is the
especially
wrong time.
After 4 or 5 games. I feel like if you guys just lost 1 game, then it's like, oh yeah, it's all right. But losing 4 in a row,
they have to show, bro. They have to come back
and it's
show.
At home, and you're playing at home.
I'm signing a contract. Yeah, he's saying, yo, I'm not joking, bro.
Do you know what? Now you've just said it. This could be a 6-0. This could be a 5-0. This could be that statement. Like, I don't want to go out there and put this in the open because obviously as a Spurs fan, I want us to do good on the weekend. But I've accepted it. I've accepted we're losing this weekend. I'm not gonna go out here battling it, trying to do the big chest, fake chest thing. I'm giving you guys the realist, but I think it could be a 5 or 6. It could, like you said, Pep's just signed a new deal. That breathes a whole new leaf of life into that team to let them know he's staying for another 2 years. These players know that he's gonna be here. They've got 4 or 5 games on the trot where they've lost. He gets that extra backing. Like, look, Pep, we're backing you anyway. This is not looking good, man. This is not looking good.
I'm telling you now, it's completely like, bro, he's gonna tell them, say, yo, I'm staying. Yeah, I'm serious. It's not 1 year. I'm here for 2 years and even more than that. People need to fight for me. Bro, this is the things that gets you high, you know. Fans, look how confident we're. Oh, Pep's not signing. We've lost Rodri. Now, me hearing this something, bro, please let's play tomorrow, man. Please let's play tomorrow. I want to see Pep. I want to see a team, bro. Pep must be motivated, not 1+1. He's saying, yo, I'm saying 2 more years. It is fantastic for us. The players will be ready, man. I'm telling you now. I will be so shocked if we draw that game. I'll swear, I'll be so shocked. Yeah, I'll put my name on the line. We're winning on Saturday. Saturday is a win. Saturday is a definitely win, bro. Look at me as a fan. How I'm often scared of, I'm scared of Tottenham. But look at me now. Why? Pep signed the contracts. Players are back. Let's go.
No, you're right. You're right.
Get the game ready, man. I don't want 5 in a row. We're not losing 5, man.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. See, this is a Liverpool fan, 66 red. He's obviously he don't want you guys to score goals. So he thinks City ain't stepping up with 5 or 6. I have to disagree. I just generally think City are going to be at the races this weekend. Tottenham aren't going to be. And I'll be honest, I'm willing to write off this game and say, look, we ain't really got our players ready for this one. Let's forget about this one. Focus on next week where we got Fulham and Bournemouth coming up. Again, 2 tough games. But before we head out, just last thing, let's get your score prediction, Hamza. What do you think the score is going to be?
4-0. 4-0.
Clean sheet.
Or 5-1.
I'm going to go with my prediction. My official prediction prior to this, I done 2-0 City. I think City are just gonna be too good for us on the weekend. I think we'll play some good football, but I don't see us being able to not let City score a few goals. I wouldn't be surprised if it is 4 or 5 potentially. But I'm gonna go with a 2-0. A 2-0 loss at the Etihad. It's just going to be too much for us. The amount of players who got missing, I think Ange's probably going to need to tweak the system a bit, but we haven't had enough time to work with players throughout the international break to do that at the moment. So, yeah, we're going to have to write off this game as Spurs fans for anyone that is watching, and for any rival fans that, well, I suppose Arsenal need Tottenham to win this game for their title challenge. So I don't think anyone's going to be enjoying this game and how it turns out. But Hamza, big up for you, man. Thank you for joining my show. Thank you for coming on the channel. First time, hopefully first of many. For anyone that is inside, make sure you do check out Hamza's channel, Hamza Talks Ball, or Hamza Talks Football MCFC. That's the actual handle. I've put it in the name of the video. I've also put the channel link in the description, so make sure you check out Hamza's channel. Do you have any new videos? You got any videos coming up, or watch along on the weekend for the game?
Watch along on the weekend. I'll be there, man. Guys, be there when we beat Tottenham 4-0. I'll be there. You'll be seeing me cheering up. I've been crying lately. I'm not used to those tears. It ain't happening again for 2 more years, man.
No, big up, big up,
trebles, man. Yeah, remember I met Pep and I told him I want the treble. Yeah. I want treble.
Yeah.
Before you go.
No, I remember the video outside the stadium. You said, I need another one. Give me that treble, Pep.
Yeah, I need the treble. He looked at me and he smiled. He said, Hamza,
he did.
I owe you that treble. I owe you that treble, man. That's what he said.
No, for real. He really did. So, no, make sure you guys, big up Hamza for coming on. Make sure you guys do go check out his channel. Head over there, especially Saturday for the live match watch along. I know he's doing watch alongs for every City game in it at the moment. So pretty much every game, Hamza's tuned in over there. Make sure, again, before you head out, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. A like helps the algorithm. It helps more people find the show. And yeah, man, appreciate for everyone tuning in. Big up for Hamza joining and big up for everyone inside. Peace.